My mom caught me. My mom was calling me like crazy, and I was obviously busy. I had two guys over and was engaged in a spicy party, so clearly I wasn't checking my phone, or could I even hear it. She has a spare key to my apartment, and I guess she was worried, so she decided to drive over, and just simply walked in, and saw me on all fours on my couch blowing one of the guys, and the other guy behind me, blowing my back out. We all heard a loud gasp and looked over to see my mom in shock, mouthing, "What the frick?" as she slowly backed out of my apartment and just closed the door. Luckily it didn't ruin the vibes, so we were able to continue, but I actually got so wet. Story 2. Give head to my guy friends as a thank you. I don't really have much girlfriends, and all the close friends I have are usually guys. Thanks STEM. I like giving head and think it is not a big deal as people make it out. Whenever a friend of mine goes out of the way to help me or is very helping in general, I give them head. I think it is fair as they put a lot of effort and time to help me out. A simple thanks is not fair. I was very weak in linear algebra, so one of my guy friend would tutor me after class for an hour or two until I got the concepts right and was solving the questions on my own. So as a thank you, I always gave him a good blowjob after each tutoring session. I passed the linear algebra test with an A+, so to reward him I let him frick me. Sometimes I think I am such a WH*, but sometimes I think I am just helping and thanking my guy friends. Story 3. I'm a former stripper turned suburban housewife. I'm 32 now, but in my 20s I spent 2 years moonlighting as a stripper. I started as a cocktail waitress and told myself it would never go further than that. However, after a few months of walking around with my entire ass basically hanging out of lingerie, I changed my mind and found myself on stage. Needless to say, the first few times were absolutely terrifying, but the money was too good to turn down. Fast forward to today, and I'm your typical suburban housewife. A few of my close friends know about my days as a dancer, but none of the moms or couples we hang out with now have a clue. From time to time, something sexual will get brought up and I have to bite my tongue from saying too much, because they are all so prude compared to me. Recently they had conversation about how skimpy bikinis have become, and all I could think was what they would say if they knew I used to shake my bare ass on stage for singles, lol. Story 4. I didn't know he had a GF, but when she got home, she just joined us. I'd been talking to this guy a little while. I had no idea he had a girlfriend. I wasn't looking for anything serious, and neither was he. He invited me over to his place, and it didn't take long till I was in their bed, riding him. She came home unexpectedly, we panicked, and when she got to the room and saw us, she just simply told us to carry on and then proceeded to lie next to us and begin playing with herself watching us. She then told him she wouldn't be happy until he pied me, and he did, and holy moly, it was a big load. She came too, lying next to us, and then simply got up and walked out. They've since broken up. Oops. I, F19, got caught having naughty time on the school toilet. I had this friend with benefits for about 2 months. We go to the same school. I had lost a bet against him, and so he had an open favor. In the middle of math, I got a message from him telling me to come to the hallway. He then told me that he wanted to make good on his favor and wanted to go to the bathroom with me. I'd had this fantasy in my head for a while, so I went with him. We locked ourselves in the back of the toilet and I rode him. When I heard someone come in, I stopped and wanted to wait until they went out again, but somehow it made me want it more, so I continued to keep going. I really thought that we hadn't been heard, so we went out afterwards without fear, but there were probably 10 people standing around just waiting for us to come out. I took a week sick leave afterwards, because I was so embarrassed. But it was really good. Story 6. Who can frick 100 guys first 23F? This was 5 years ago. We'd already fricked a few guys at that point and knew we'd be WH*res by 20. My friend came up with a bet, who can get 100 guys the fastest. I can't even remember what the winner would receive, but it seemed like a fun bet. When I was 19, I was at my most depressed. I decided to put a wristband on that said, WH*, and go out at night. I wasn't sure if I would make it back home, but I was so down, I didn't mind. I just wanted to see what would happen. I was used multiple times that night. In the morning, I could barely remember it, but I could feel it. I stumbled downstairs to see my family, and I think they knew exactly what I was up to. The bet still hasn't been won, but I am close. Not sure how close my friend is. I'll have to ask her. Update: I posted this a while ago, but I spoke to her recently. She's at like 140 or something. She couldn't remember the exact number. I'm now on 97, and I want to make the 100th my future husband. Here's to 2 more rough fucks before then. Story 7. I really enjoy embarrassing other girls. We were all doing a beach day, and my friend Alice just would not stop complaining about guys staring at her, so I decided to give them something to stare at. We all jumped on the water, and when the waves came in, I accidentally ran into her and tore her suit off in the process. LOL. Tossed it out to sea and forced her to walk out naked, leaving her exposed for anyone to see. She wanted to leave, but we were having fun, so she just had to sit there and sulk, wearing nothing but a towel. Story 8. My boyfriend is away on a business trip and my ex messaged me 22F. My boyfriend left about 2 weeks ago for a month-long business trip to Tokyo. It's been nice having my own space and some quiet time around the house. I've spent it reading, writing, painting, playing music, lots of lovely things. Yesterday, I had just got out the shower when I checked my phone and noticed my ex-boyfriend had messaged me, asking me what I'm up to. It was so obvious what he was doing, but I thought I'd give him the benefit of the doubt. Nope, he wanted to frick, right then and there. He said he could be over in 5 minutes. I said I had a boyfriend. He asked where he was, and when I told him, he laughed and said, he's not even in the country. So you know what I did? Being the naughty young girl I am? I did my hair, did my makeup all nice, put on my best lingerie and took lots of videos, and I sent it right to my boyfriend. But before I did all this, I blocked my ex for being an asshole. My boyfriend was pleasantly surprised. He's been gone for 2 weeks and I have missed him. He said he watched them as soon as he got back. OMG, you made it to the end of the video, you're awesome, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily uploads.